Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for May 8th, 2022. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers that are out there. And today we have, of course, Transformers Masterpiece Legends and Mainline news. A little bit of He-Man updates, and of course there's Ramen updates. They are busy working on their 80s Commanders. And of course there's Star Wars and more. Talk about all this and more coming up. Starting out with some cool stuff at Show Z right now, the Underground Arsenal 112 Turtle Shell Van, or the Party Wagon, is on sale for $235. So that's a pretty good deal. It makes it the best priced of all of them, maybe even the best van option of all of them. And this is a bit of a sleeper hit. This is a KO of the MP47 Hound straight copy. Now, the first one that they were going to get got canceled, so this one came up for pre-order just like a month ago, and it's already in stock right now. Add to cart and on sale, $10 off, so $60 to get a KO Hound, less than half price, $100 less than Takara. And Mech Fans Toys is doing a Yellow City Commander transparent version, so this is basically Ultra Magnus, but clear and yellow, and he is $35 at Show Z, $1 down for a pre-order. It is not in stock just yet. Looks pretty cool, pretty transparent. This week there's big news in the Masterpiece Transformers, and this isn't even the biggest news, and it's of course MP56. Now it's still rumor territory, but I doubt it's a rumor. I bet you Takara really is going forward with their version of Trailbreaker. There's little to no information about this, simply what you see in this picture, both modes. It looks pretty decent. There may be some transformation issues here, like it is not properly transformed, or that is actually what we're going to get. You get some different heads and effects and parts over there on the side in that corner there. I'm hoping for maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we get much better pictures, and then we can do a nice Friday discussion about this. It'd be a lot of fun, because there are other options out there that are really decent, and then depending on price and all that kind of stuff, will this do well? Well, it's Takara, and everything Takara always sells. So Light Toys has come out with this Metroplex, and it is a masterpiece scale Metroplex, and it looks amazing. This is exactly what I want in a Metroplex, whether it's Titan class or whether it's this one, which is 48 inches tall. Yes, as tall, if not a little taller than Fans Toys and their Fort Max. This does look fantastic. It looks amazing. But of course, I believe these are all digital renders, and Light Toys has only done 3D printed, to my knowledge. They just do 3D printed stuff. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the first full-on production figure, and if so, we don't know price, we don't know availability, where to order it. Will you be able to order it through your normal means? You have to go straight from them and all of that kind of stuff, but we'd love to see a full-on production run. That would be outstanding. Note here, you could swap out the middle of the waist area to make it look thicker or thinner, toy or tune. He's got a movable jaw, he's going to have lights and sounds and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want this 3D printed, this big. Actually, looking at this, it almost, you see the lines, almost looks 3D printed, but I would want it to be a full-on production run, smooth. Like, how much would it cost? I mean, it would cost them a ton of money to 3D print a huge 48-inch one of these. And if they did a full-on production run and they did 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 of them, it would be better financially for them also, and time-wise, it'd be a lot quicker. But it does look amazing with this design. Let's do this right, please. But I'm all in. I mean, within reason. Within reason, price-wise, I'd be all in on this if this thing was the right price. And it does look fantastic, looks amazing, and I think this is what more people want than even the Fans Toys Fort Max. So we got more pictures of the Transformers movie Masterpiece NPM 13 Blackout. Now this is a production sample, and it is real. This is the actual figure. It is in hand. This isn't digital renders or any of that kind of stuff. And this isn't under special lighting. And this is in-hand images. That's what it looks like. And it looks really good. I actually love the alt mode so much. Here's how he looks next to a bunch of other movie Masterpiece bad guys, some baddies. So kind of want to see where he scales. He looks about the same size as Megatron, only he's got parts that kind of go up higher than Megatron above his head and all that kind of stuff. So, but still, about eye to eye with Megatron. Okay, skipping over to some fans hobby. This is the bird mode test shots of the MB-19, and I think it does look pretty good. There it is with a little partner that he's got with it. So I don't know 100% about this, but I do think that this looks pretty good the way they did it, the way it's working out. It looks like it's a pretty good version. And here is the little guy and all the different modes that he transforms into. So quick update from Fans Hobby on their project. Wait, Fans Toys? Oh yeah, Fans Toys. They're Hannibal. There are pictures from Bombasby here of this Hannibal or Cerebro. Should be coming out pretty soon. And if you pre-ordered it somewhere, they should start getting them in stock soon. You got to pay for them and get it mailed out and all that kind of stuff. So this thing looks great. And it, of course, is the Japanese version, not the US version, which I'm pretty sure we're getting a repaint down the road, but it may be years down the road. Here it is next to a couple of his friends there. Of course, we've got Phoenix, and then we've got Chomp side by side there. That's how tall he is. He looks taller than Chomp, so I'm a little surprised by that, but I guess I really shouldn't be, because he is going to be the head for a ginormous figure, and there is the head. So that, I think, is Magic Square. I'm not even sure. I don't have my Magic Square one yet, but is that Magic Square's Jazz? And that's standing atop the head there, so that's a pretty good size head. But try to get it into perspective with, I think he did a good job next to Omega Supreme. So right next to Omega Supreme, that's a pretty good sized head. But let's look here and say, yes, the actual body is going to be twice the size of the Omega Supreme. At least. Maybe 4 times, who knows. But that is a big, giant head, and that's going to be a big bot when they actually get the body out. So we got some updates to Moon Studio MSO3 Iron Arm. I'm not sure. I thought this one was out, but this is the pictures that are showing up as renders, or maybe these, I don't know. But there's some pictures to it. It looks pretty cool. It seems like they're just moving really fast on this, and they're going to get this done fast. And that is what Zeta does. By the way, Zeta moves fast. They don't play games. Yeah, it's Moon Studio, Zeta Designs. We all know Zeta's in there somewhere. And they move fast. One thing I like about the company, and so with this rating, this is clearly way better than what Takara is working on, and really awesome work by Moon Studio. Now I know it's pretty complicated. There's a lot of panel flipping going on, and I'm kind of sitting on the sidelines on this one, but I am kind of enjoying how this looks and the aesthetic of everything. So Printformers has this TMNT Turtle van, and I believe this van is supposed to, I don't know if you can fit figures in it, but work scale-wise with the vintage turtles. So it transforms into some sort of a turtle bot. So that is kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. It's Printformers. I'm guessing you have to buy the files and print it yourself. Is that how it goes? Or can you buy it straight from them? So questions, I don't know, because I never deal with Printformers. And of course, I don't 3D print just yet. So still really cool and interesting that people are even thinking about making stuff like this. But thinking about making it and making it look this good are two different things. It looks amazing. Now, this is not Masterpiece scale. In fact, it's sub-Masterpiece scale, but it's made by Trumpeteer. It's a smart kit, and it's a model kit by them that looks phenomenal. It looks outstanding once it's assembled and put together. It looks like it's got a bit of articulation to it, too, but this is a very nice-looking option for a 3.12 or something, 3-inch size RC. So even a little smaller than Legends, in my opinion, but maybe it fits right with Legends. That's maybe what they're looking to do, so kind of transition into Legends looking at it. But here you go. You have to put it together with all these pieces here. And I don't think that they're painted, but they do have a bit of a sheen or a gloss to it from what I've seen with the completed one. But then again, some people do their own painting and stuff and then assemble it. So pretty awesome there. And then here it is next to, I guess, their version. Or is this a Studio Series version? Maybe. Who knows? This is still a real good looking RC. So we got McFans Toys, or Mechanic Toy, making this Legend Scale Sandstorm, and it looks okay. It looks okay. I've yet to see a Masterpiece company or any company make a good Sandstorm overall. Hasbro's made their attempt at kind of an IDW, but I think this looks pretty good for what it is, for the scale and the size and the amount of engineering, and probably under the $30 price point too. So with that, I think it looks good overall. And let's see the other modes. The car mode, I think, is the weakest, but I still don't think it's horrible. So I still haven't seen another company do one better than this overall. I've heard a lot of people bashing it over the past week as people talk about this in their news and that kind of stuff, but I don't think it's that bad at all, actually, for what you're getting, converting to 3 modes, and for about a $30 price point, the engineering is going to all that. The helicopter mode looks pretty good too. So I really think it's a pretty solid offering. I like what McFan's Toys and Mechanic Toy does. Mechanic Studio, and there's like 5 names that they use, but I like it. I think it looks pretty good, and when I can pre-order it, I definitely will. So there's a couple more pictures of the Cyclonus. This is the new age version, and it looks pretty good. He's a little stockier than I thought. I thought he'd be a little thinner than this, but it's still not bad looking at all. I mean, I'm not bashing it in any way, shape, or form. I think it still looks great, but he's a little stockier. Usually New Age goes on the real super ultra thin side of things, and I don't think they quite did that with this guy. But then again, you're bringing this really amazing looking figure to the Legends scale, and it does beat what's been done in the past. It's the best one so far, better than Magic Square or any of the other ones. I think Hot Toys made one, and then McFan's Toys upscaled that Hot Toys one. I think that's how it went. So here's the alt mode, and the alt mode does look pretty good too overall. And so I plan on getting it, and I'm going to get my hands on it, take a look at it. But so far, it looks like the best. So we got the XM01 Shark Monster, and I'm going to go ahead and call this third-party Legends because it's the KO undersize of Takara's, and it does look good because I think Takara's Studio Series looks good. So moving into this, here's all 3 of them in different poses. So you do get 3, and I think it's $50 for 3. So price-wise, that's still a pretty good value, and I do like that. Here it is side by side with Studio Series Gna, and of course Studio Series version of Jazz. And then you can see how it is almost exactly the same and just shrunk down. And so you're going to see coming up how much better the engineering is on this one than on the past ones. But here's a nice group shot. So I think scale-wise it does work. It looks good all around with McFan's Toys and others, so not bad at all. And then this shows that the engineering on this is so much better than what we got with an actual Legends from Hasbro. Yeah, the one was $10, the Legends from Hasbro, but still, this blows it out of the water. It's only going to be like $14 or something to get per figure, because you're buying 3 for $50. That's more like $17 each. So since these are sort of Legends size, talk about them right here. So we're getting the reaction, they call it Fallen Evolution Megatron, and then Prime. And it's pretty cool, transparent, whatever. But these are $18. They don't transform, and they're very simplistic 5 POA figures. But they're showing up at Target, so if there's something you're looking for, you might want to look forward to it. Now, I didn't notice, but it looks like the chest's open. Now, I don't know if the chest is permanently open here, or if it opens and closes. So that's something I missed the whole point on this. I didn't even notice that in the past when maybe they announced it. So that's interesting, and it's really cool that they added 2 more points of articulation to this thing. But I mean, that is kind of cool, actually, if it really does open and close. If it's open permanently, though, that would actually kind of suck. So Dr. Wu's putting out some pictures, digital renders of their, it's going to be an Ultra Magnus. It is called Extreme Warfare, and it's armor that's going to go on their Prime that's already super small. So looks pretty cool. There's already a white Prime that's out that they're going to be using for this and all that. And they didn't show what it's going to look like in bot mode or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of curious how it's going to look when it's all done and together. But this is for the super extra, super duper small ones that they've been making this line. And kind of cool they're doing it. And I think armor is the right way to go in any scale, actually, this day and age. No sooner do we get Cyclonus from New Age, but then we get recolors, and one is going to be the Target Master version, and the other one is going to be the Shattered Glass version. So whatever reason they can come up with doing a repaint, but man, they look good, especially that purple one, that super deep purple. That looks pretty awesome. New Age is also coming out with 2 more versions of their David. It's the C and the M version. The C version is from the comic Deco, 3 pairs of hands, energy, axe, blaster, matrix, but does not come with a trailer. Now, the special shiny electroplating Deco of the mold is going to be the D version. Okay, so anyway, this one is going to, it's packaged the same with accessories as the C, but doesn't include trailer either, but it's an electro plating. Well, I don't know. It's either M or D that's going to have the electroplating, but that might be the one I jump on. And we're not without the trailer, they could keep the price down. So Iron Factory has the IFEX53 Oni Vajra. Anyway, looks pretty cool, and there it is in an action pose. Here it is kind of in a squatting pose, kind of meditating a little bit, thinking about what it's about to do. Transform into that. That's what it's about to do. So it is a pretty cool looking little figure, a bit stylized, but you can kind of looks like the Viacon to me. So really cool looking little figure that's coming from Iron Factory. Getting into the mainline news here, we have Dinobot Sludge box packaging. Looks pretty cool from the front, and even though it doesn't have the window, it's not going to match the rest of my Dinobots. But I still want the team made. No window or not, I want the team made. So that's kind of where I stand with this. And I think most Transformer collectors open their Transformers anyway, so here's the back, looking good. This is the figure itself, and I think it looks great. I would of course like even shinier on the gold, but I understand that's not the route they're going, and it's looking a little bit more tuned, but it works pretty well. Here's another angle of that, and there is a little bit of kibbliness here and there, and a little gappage here and there, but overall still not too bad. And it can do this. Now, you're going to see there's an upgrade kit I'm going to show you here in just a second, but it does this. An upgrade kit will give it some stuff that it needs, and then you can reenact the scene, of course. And here is the bot mode. The bot mode looks pretty good, and that's what I think most people are after, the bot mode. Well, you know, when it comes to Dinobots, it's a 50-50 split every time. If I were to do a poll every day of the week, it'd be 50-50 split. I want them for Dino mode, I want them for bot mode. It's not that way for all the rest of the Transformers. Major Workshop is doing the M76 Studio Series 86 Sludge upgrade kit. You get the sword and the gun and the eyeballs and a barrel there. So with that, you get the funny eyeballs and you can reenact that scene. And that looks pretty cool. I don't have the pricing or availability just yet on that. Like, how did they pop this thing out so fast? I want to know. Okay, so we've got some updated pictures from Hasbro for the Transformers Tuesday, and these are official reveals here, and we're going to get a few things like a Buzzworthy Dinobot. Not that we already got a Buzzworthy version of Dinobot, but I guess we're getting another Buzzworthy version of Dinobot, so I don't know. I just think the regular Dinobot's the only one I really need, but some people out there really need this, so I'm happy for them. Here it is, and he's got his hands down. There, that's the Dinobot mode. So there it is, different color scheme. If you want the third color scheme of this figure, then you will be able to get it in the Legacy. Next, we got Pterosaur. Now this is toy colors, and this is a really good thing. This is good that they're doing it, because the Amazon exclusive one, it was up for pre-order for a while, and then all of a sudden the pre-order sold out, and then it was an expensive figure to get. So now you can get a normal-ish looking one. It probably doesn't look as good as the Amazon one, but it doesn't look bad. And with the toy colors, it actually has a little bit more color breakup and more going on with it. So maybe this one is one people will like even more. And it's going to be readily available. Well, I hope it's going to be readily available. And there it is in its alt mode. So pretty cool looking. I like the character. I like the design. I think it's a pretty cool looking figure. And I will definitely pick this up even though I got the Amazon one. Alright, so there's some Studio Series updates going on right now. This is a Galvatron that's for a Voyager scale. Yeah, I believe it's Voyager scale. And it is from the Age of Extinction. There's the box. Here's the bot mode. And I doubt it's going to be that shiny. It looks pretty darn shiny here. I wonder if in person it really is that shiny. But still, this is from the movies, the live action movies there. And this is the alt mode it turns into. So Galvatron, I remember this one, and is this the movie that had the Transformium in it? Or am I wrong on that? Maybe I forgot. But anyway, getting into a Thundercracker, here is the box, the packaging, and at least you can still see the figure. You could touch the figure, too. You can see them, and you can touch them, so still pretty good. Anyway, no more talking about that, I guess. And here is out of the package, and just, I mean, would you have known all that was in that box? No, that's all that fit in that box. That's pretty impressive. But there is a Seeker, I think, just kind of warming pegs right now at Target. I forgot what the name of that one is, but anyway, here is the alt mode, and that's what it looks like in the alt mode. and there's more white on the back than I would think, but maybe that's the way it should look. So there it is, Thundercracker. Okay, so for you continuity buffs out there, I'm going a little out of order here. So this Red Cog, the box showed up, the packaging in package shot for this, and this is basically 6-gun. Is it 6-gun? That's yeah, I think that's the one it was. That is getting recolored into this. And so here is the bot mode, what it's going to look like in the bot mode. And so if you missed out on the previous mold, or you want this in this color, then there you go. Also, here's the alt mode. Now, I can't remember what the alt mode is. Is it a Fiero or a Camaro or a... Heck, I don't know what that is. But it's just a repaint of a figure we already have. So there's also an announcement of a Shattered Glass Voyager Blaster with Rewind. And so this is a pretty interesting color scheme, and it's a pretty good blaster that they made. So they're going to use this mold as much as they can. And there's like the twin cast and all that kind of stuff that is probably coming down the road. But this is something that is actually coming. And that kind of clear, transparent red. It's weird how they did transparent on the regular one and this one. So they're going to just keep with the transparent look. But looks pretty cool overall. The alt mode is right here. That's what it looks like right there. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. And I don't know if this is like the accurate color scheme or if this is something they just made up, but still looks pretty cool overall. So there's a Proto Man with the Transformers Slide podcast, and he's got some good takes on Transformers. I like to watch him once in a while and check it out, but he's predicting that there's a possibility of getting a Shattered Glass IDW version of Metroplex using the original Titan Metroplex body and a repaint and recolor. Now, this is all just speculation, but he's got a lot of good points that it's a possibility that it could happen. I don't see why they wouldn't, but if they did that, would we also get a regular version of Metroplex with that style of body? But I think a lot of us are still kind of wanting an upgrade to that mold, and maybe that could happen too. So still, it was kind of fun. Check it out. He has a lot of good points. So are you tired of Transformers news? What? No, you're not? Okay, so we've got the KO of Fans Toys is starting to show up. So if you pre-ordered yours from TF Direct or whatever, probably going to get billed soon or whatever. But we're seeing reviews showing up already, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Some people are trying to say it's floppy, but from what I witnessed, it looks like they're manhandling it versus it just being a floppy mess. But anyway, I did pre-order one, so I will be checking this out, and I will give you a comparison to the originals. And there it is in the package, and it looks good. I think the paint looks good. I think it is a very nice look for a KO. It doesn't look terrible, and I really thought the KO would fall down in the paint department because Fans Toys does some really good paint. So that starts to make you wonder a little bit about, are these rejects from Fans Toys? I mean, was this a pre-planned reject thing? But I doubt it. I really doubt it. I don't think Fans Toys would have gone that far out to do that. But looking at side by side with the new repaint, I think this is the new premium paint version of X-Transbots on the left. But I think they nailed the paint on this. Unless it's just a big hoax and these really are Fans Toys and they're just scamming. Nah. I don't know till I get mine in hand. We'll see how it goes. I know I might have a lot of continuity comments down below. Sorry, but anyway, Ramen Toy is showing us more pictures of their Traumatizer, or it's the land drone. And there's something really cool about this I just learned. I've been following this, but this past week I learned that he doesn't have a back. He's two fronts. You don't see screws in it like the vintage version. So here is the back of it. If you look, the back is the same as the front, more or less. And you just literally turn the head around and move the arms around. And then you get this. So that's a unique idea. And I really kind of think that was Kenner's original intention. But for budget and as a massive release and all that kind of stuff, they could only do what they could do and put a bunch of screws in the back. So when you turn them backwards, you see the screws. This one, I don't know how they're connected. Is it going to be one of those things where they sonic weld it shut? I don't know, but it still looks really awesome, really cool, and I'm glad that they incorporated that. Also, the cannon itself, it doesn't fire. It just kind of rotates on the axis, so you can aim it to either direction, and that is awesome. Especially if you get an army of these, you can mix them up. They look a little bit different in different positions. So a little bit of Masters of the Universe news. So this past week, I've noticed watching some live stream here with Mega J Retro that he pointed out that this 40th anniversary He-Man that went up for pre-order is not even existent on BBTS anymore. And in fact, it's not existent on several sites. It's still up on the Chosen Prime for some reason, but it's not existent on any of these other sites. And I personally clicked on my pre-order to go to the page, and I just got an error message. So I don't know what's going on. Why would they take it completely off the site? Why not let it say sold out? See, that kind of stuff really messes with my head. Why do they do these things? Why are they doing these tactics? What I kind of hope they're doing is taking it down, and they're going to get new, fresh pictures and not have all that kind of mud paint in the muscles. And then it's going to be a better looking figure. I think that might be what's happening, but I don't really know. I'm also hearing that these Sunman figures, which this is a terrible picture, but they're going to be a 3-pack packed as Digitino and Pighead, and then the Samurai guy. And they're going to be a 3-pack sold as a 3-pack. So I think that's how that's going to work, and then it won't mess up case assortments going forward, but everybody can get these. And then I think there's a possibility of a Pighead to True Build down the road. Now, if you pre-ordered the Horde Trooper for Origins through BBTS, then yours should start coming in now. They've gotten, for whatever reason, they got the Clawful, and then they got the Anti-Eternia He-Man in first, but then we finally get this guy. So it's kind of cool, kind of exciting. I've never had one of these figures, so I kind of look forward to getting the Origins version. But if you pre-order through them, watch out for it to show up in stock. But I don't know how many sets or waves of pre-orders they're behind till they can finally put them up for sale. So watch over the next couple of days or week. They might start having them up in stock, but it's going to sell it fast. It's a very popular figure. So this week we got some Star Wars reveals, and I'm not going to go into it in detail right here because I made a video, and that video pretty much told me everything I need to know about Star Wars collecting in 2022, that it's extremely broken. I made a video of all the reveals, and I was super upbeat since it's a super lackluster, almost a complete and total waste of a May 4th. And Hasbro really should lose the license. They have no business making Star Wars anymore. They don't care about Star Wars. They should give it to Playmates. Playmates should take it over. Mattel should take it over. McFarlane should take it over. I mean, the lackluster, lack of budget. What are we going to get? One new tooling figure per year? And then they're going to repaint the heck out of that? And then you have to go into the catalog of everything else and just repaint it and call it something new? That's all we're getting from them. I mean, I can understand repaints, but this is just terrible. What they're doing with the line, and then I'll be dead before we get the 96 finished in Black Series. And probably they'll stop the Vintage Collection before we finish the Vintage Collection. So I just don't really know who's at the helm, and they just don't care. They're looking at a bottom line budget number. Well, then they're talking about yanking out the plastic. Now, they didn't yank out plastic yet. So I think I need to make an entire video because I really do need to make a rant video. It's getting that bad, it's getting that terrible, and I need to tell Hasbro exactly what they need to do to fix it. Because, yeah, there's a couple of gems here and there, but every gem is 4 times overpriced. And, yeah, you're going to ask more money. If they pull the plastic, they're pulling the plug on the whole line. So I just don't know what to say other than I need to really go into detail that they don't need to have the license anymore. Yeah, they paid for it, but I've got a lot more to say. I've got feedback from multiple people on this. I tried to have an upbeat video, but that was a real waste of time. We need to talk real. So what do you think about this week's weekly news and review? The motherload of news this week. What else is going on out there that I missed? Did you like some of these interesting reveals? Are you in on any of this? Are you out? Are you out? Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Trumpeteer Hanger out.